Space, the final frontier. My name is Captain Foley, and these are my adventures. Captain's Log, Stardate 201501.19. Welcome back, everybody. Captain Foley with you again today. I got a bunch of comments and questions from my last video, which I'm going to address, but there's a few things I want to chat about first, real quick. First off, something very important. I don't know if you guys know who Adam Mojo Lebowitz is, but he was a visual effects coordinator and visual effects guy for Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Babylon 5, among many others. He currently has a GoFundMe campaign he's got some bone degeneration disease of some kind, and the doctors aren't sure exactly what it is, but he's got a GoFundMe campaign to help him with that issue. So he messaged me. He would really appreciate it if you guys could check that out, at least chip in, maybe help him out a little bit. That'd be awesome, and it would be greatly appreciated by us here at Trekyards, as well as him, obviously. So I know you guys have seen his work. He actually worked with one of our special guest stars, is Robert Bonchoon, who was the visual effects coordinator for Enterprise, Voyager. They actually put together the Starship, or the Star Trek Starship Spotters Guide. So, amazing book, by the way. If you haven't seen it, check it out. There's some really fantastic 3D renders in here and lots of facts on your favorite ships. This is where I get a lot of information for Trekyards episodes as well. So, I mean, it's just brief outlines on each ship. So, obviously, there's not a full episode's worth of information in here per ship, but an amazing book. If you can find one, get a copy. I've got a few copies of it. I've got this one, which is my kind of dog-eared one, kind of got damaged, and I also have my pristine one, which is in the other room. So if you can check that out, I will put a link to his GoFundMe in the description below, so that you guys can help him out. Great guy. For $100 or more donation, he will do up a CGI picture for you and have, you know, any information you want on it, like your birthday, a greeting for somebody, just your name, something to hang on your wall, whatever. So definitely consider that at least, and thank you guys so much for that. So Adam, I hope that helps you out. Next thing I want to talk about is Starship Oberetti. Our friends over in Montreal, Bruno Signori, he has a group called Star Trek Oberetti, and on the weekend they had a Trekyards marathon from 1 until I think 9 o'clock at night. He cooked up some dishes from the Star Trek cookbook: chicken alla Cisco, Kirk's plomic soup, things like that, and they had a good time. Me and Samuel Skyped in for that and chatted with them for a little while, around 3 o'clock, halfway through. Well, it was supposed to go from 1 to 6. It ended up going a lot longer because they wanted to watch more episodes, which is awesome. So, but we chatted with them for a while, discussed some warp theories, things like that, real geeky stuff, and had a great time. So we really want to thank them. They've been some of our biggest Trekyards supporters. They comment, or at least like, every one of our videos, and their ship, the Oberetti, is actually a Northampton class from FASA. So we are currently in the process of getting the 3D renders of that ship from Alain Rivard, who contributes to Ships of the Line calendar. He works with Doug Drexler. He's done up their 3D ship for that. So we're getting copies of that so we can do renders and do a Northampton class episode. So don't worry, there are Starfleet battles and FASA episodes coming up, but we've got a great lineup of the next 4 or 5 shows. Are going to be some fantastic topics you guys are going to absolutely love, and there's some really fan requested ones in there. So I think you guys are going to be super happy and stoked about that. So, but I just want to send a big shout out to a big thank you to Bruno and the guys over at Starship Oberetti for having a Trekyards marathon, acknowledging that, you know, Trekyards is a thing, and we really enjoyed chatting with them. Samuel kind of had some technical issues that day with his internet, so we did a Google Hangout, and the signal wasn't the best. He actually ended up getting cut off before he could say goodbye, so he apologizes for that, Bruno, but we did get him on there for a little while. And if you guys ever want to do anything like that, like have a Trekyards marathon or something Trekyards related, please share that on the Trekyards page. We would love to see what you guys do, even taking pictures of your screen while you're watching Trekyards episode, just talking about it. That's awesome. We always welcome that kind of thing, so definitely do that. Another quick issue. A member of our group, Trekyards page, messaged me. He left the group because he was being basically bullied. He gave his thoughts on the JJ prize. I'm not going to say whether it was good or bad, but he basically got told to fuck off by another member. He deleted the whole thing. He doesn't remember the guy's name, so there's nothing I can do about it. Best thing to do in that case is report it, because any abuse like that is not going to be tolerated on the Trekyards page. We've established a good community and we want to keep it that way. I don't care what your views are on the JJ prize. Personally, I hate the thing. It's not going to, if you like it, I'm not going to call you a retard. I'm not going to tell you to fuck off. I'm not going to be insulting. I'm going to be like, oh, well, why do you like it? And I'm going to give my opinion. And there's nice ways to do that. And that's what Trekyards is about. We want to really live Gene's philosophy as far as IDIC goes. Infinite diversity and infinite combinations. So we need you guys to, if you see any kind of report of abuse like that happening, any bullying, any picking on people, any name calling, any childness, any immature behavior, report it immediately. And either Samuel or myself will take care of it. That's what we're there for. We do kind of like to run Trekyards as a ship. I am the captain. Samuel is the first officer. He gets delegated a lot of duties, and we are the people to go to for that kind of thing. I also have my brother, who's an admin, and Cal Schnatz, who he is also an admin on there, and we will definitely address any of those issues. But please try to bring either my attention or Samuel's attention to it, as I don't want to bother any of the other admins with it. They are just there in case of emergencies. That they see, because sometimes things get out of hand rather fast, and I don't always have a chance to see it until like the next day, and then it's already a huge problem. So definitely report it, definitely message one of us, and we will handle the situation accordingly. Don't feel the need to jump in and start getting accusatory and causing even more problems, because that just causes more problems. That's it for that stuff. So let's get on to the comments from the last video. Robert Jones, Trekyards meet and greet sounds great. Then I answered him back and said, are you in the London area? He never got back to me on the comments there, so I don't know. I would love to do a meet and greet with you guys in this area. Kitchener, Guelph, Cambridge, Waterloo, London, Windsor, that area, that neck of the woods, even Michigan. I got about 4 or 5 people that I know are Trekyards fans from Michigan. 2 of them are really good friends of mine, Josh Spencer and Noel Villard. So I really appreciate all the Trekyards love, and I would love to hang out with you guys. Maybe have a Trekyards marathon ourselves, hang out, have some beers, get some chicken wings. Chicken wings are always good. I always say chicken wings and beer. That's just my way of saying let's hang out. So definitely, if you are interested, let me know, and we will set something up. I know that the UK guys are going to be setting something up with Samuel to do that kind of thing. So I think, why not? Let's do it up. Maybe eventually we'll have a huge Trekyards meet and greet at a big convention down the road. Maybe later this year or next year, whenever we get to a big convention as a team, both Samuel and myself. We would love to hang out with you guys, absolutely. Next one is from Skylar Jade Foster, who comments on all of our stuff. We absolutely love you, Sky. Thank you very much for being a huge Trekyards fan and commenting on everything. We really appreciate it. And having said that, the first thing she says, I wouldn't say you're an idiot, because I did refer to myself as an idiot in the last Captain's Log. I would say that title goes to most of the rest of the world. I hate the majority of so-called popular things in the world, so it's hard to get into anything new, any new popular stuff. To me, it's just boring. Well, thank you, Sky. I totally agree with that. I'm not a huge jump on the bandwagon kind of guy. I'm a very skeptical and don't like a lot of things off the hop, and they really have to prove themselves to me before I can really like them. So I don't give a lot of things the fair shake they really deserve sometimes. That being said, there's a lot of stupid movies I like. Like on the weekend, I just watched Drive Angry with Nicolas Cage. People say it's one of the worst movies. It's panned. I liked it. It's kind of like a cross between Ghost Rider and like Death Race or something. The female lead in it is amazing. She's a very attractive woman. Nicolas Cage is just awesome. He's Nicolas Cage. Even when he's bad, he's good. And there's this devil character, and it's just it's a cool movie. I really liked it. There's nice looking muscle cars, great looking woman, some car chases, guns. I mean, it's my kind of movie, but people hate it. So I do tend to like things that people don't really like. So that's why I said I feel like an idiot. Blood Raven. Beautiful model of the Connie. Great channel, Captain. The ship discussions have been useful with my building styles in Star Trek Online. Beautiful Connie model. I think you're referring to the Metal Earth Connie that I had in the last video. Thank you very much. It turned out all right. It turned out better than the one on their display, that's for sure. I'm very picky about nacelles and things, so I made sure my nacelles were straight. So thank you very much for the compliment. I will be doing a review of those Metal Earth products soon, actually, maybe later today. I'll film a few. Don't know if they'll get out today, but Hugh 1971. I have a question for you, Captain. I know you are not a fan of the JJ prize, but how big would the Enterprise E be if JJ does it? And then Michael Wiley responded, over a mile long, question mark. Probably. I mean, it'd probably be the size of the Enterprise J, which is, I forget the size of that, but it's like 2 miles long or something like that. Who knows? I mean, hopefully we'll never find out, because he's hopefully done with Star Trek after Star Trek Beyond. And Sky once again commented, if that guy with the massive comment had so many great ideas on what you should do, he should make his own videos. I would hate if you acted the way he said. I come here to watch Captain Foley. Yes, indeed. And Trekyards. And I love how you delete crap comments and block horrible people. I think he really is missing a lot of the point behind what you are doing here. Besides which, if someone is going to be aggressive and say horrible things in the comments, they're probably not worth having around. Although I guess it was nice to help of him to try and help. Yeah, I don't really. I'm glad he commented. I needed to read that comment, that long comment, because he had a lot of good points, and I thought I'd share that with you guys because some of you might be able to apply that towards your own life. But yes, you guys do come here to see my opinions, my reactions, my thoughts, and I appreciate that. And Trekyards, you all love it, hopefully. So I'm not upset that he did leave that comment. I mean, like I said, I needed to read it and get it out there in the world. And I really think that negative comments that are overly negative should be deleted, because they leave a bad taste in your mouth every time you read them or see them, or somebody else comments on them, or somebody reads it and then gets an idea to say something just as nasty or feed from it, like feed off of it like a leech. So negative comments aren't necessarily all going to be deleted, but very negative, foul, venomous comments will be deleted. Let's put it that way. And the people that make those comments will also be deleted. There's no warning people. Some people, you know, right off the hop are just trying to cause a shitstorm. They're just trolls. They're just assholes, and they need to be handled accordingly. And that is to get them out of here, gone, airlock, or transporter, maximum possible dispersal. Fox Piano comments and says, I don't need a catchphrase. Oh, sorry, you don't need a catchphrase. You're the captain. Just give your orders. And yeah, that goes back to the comment, that really long comment that guy made, saying that I got to end every video on a positive note. True, but even like he was referring to Trekyards episodes. Trekyards episodes always end on a positive note. There's always a good scripted ending that's funny, humorous. It usually involves telling you guys to like the video, subscribe to the channel, which you better do right now, by the way. Like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Anyway, so I always do a positive thing at the end of my videos. Unless it's a rant or a captain's log or some supplementals, I might not be so positive. But that's what they are. They are my thoughts and feelings at the time. That's why they exist. So if you don't like it, too bad. I'm not going to do the PewDiePie thing like, stay awesome, bros. Don't get me wrong, I love PewDiePie, but I'm not a catchphrase kind of guy. Usually most episodes end with signing off. This is Captain Foley signing off. See ya. Or bye. So that's my catchphrase thing. So Cuban writer. It was nice of some viewers to give you advice on how to be a great YouTuber. Don't be a great YouTuber, just be a YouTuber. LOL. YouTube viewers make their own judgments. Winky face. And Daniel Collins commented on that and said, that's rhetorical nonsense. Hee hee hee. Yeah, I'm just, like I said, I started YouTube just to be me. I am just going to be me, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch me. It's pretty simple. So yeah, but I appreciate all the people that do watch me. So thank you very much, guys. Commander 800. And thank you for your awesome videos. Well, thank you for watching. G7. As far as sounds in space, of course there is no sound in space, as sounds need three things to exist: a transmitter, a carrier, and a receiver. And the carrier is atmosphere. In space, however, your sensors would detect the vibrations of the other ship, interpret them as sounds, convert them into the appropriate noise for humans, and transmit them to you. You could then say, Captain, I'm hearing a ship in the vicinity. In that regard, there are sounds in space. The sensor-enhanced sounds of the other ship could be played for everyone on board. Thank you very much. Yes, I agree 100% on that analysis and opinion. And I appreciate you definitely sharing that. The next is from The Gay Ancom. People are assholes. People are assholes. You can only ignore them unless they get into conflicts with you personally. And Sky commented yet again. Sky, thank you very much for giving me things to talk about. I always look forward to your comments. They're very Trekyards affirming. The U.S. Air Force actually Romulans. Laughy face. Talking about my Romulan glasses and the Romulan symbol. Captain Lokiowa commented, next thing we'd see in the sky is a squadron of F-45 Terrorbirds. Yep, and we do have actual cloaking tech, though it is primitive. And then Sky commented back, saying, haha, well, stealth technology is kind of like a cloaking device. Yeah. James Oldfield, you still do the best captain's logs in Starfleet, and yes, we do need the commander's logs. Have you considered doing a Fleet Yards top 10 on your favorite non-Trek hero ships? No, because it's Trekyards top 10. We probably will never do non-Star Trek related things in that. We might do a Fleet Yards top 10 where we do things like that. That might be a good idea. But then again, we got to hit that Patreon goal, which right now is $650. That's our next step up, and we're getting closer to doing more Fleet Yards, but we can't do them on a regular basis right now. We do have another 2 in the works. We want to release at least 1 more as a, okay, you saw the pilot, here's another version of what we can do. Please help us out to get to releasing Fleet Yards on a regular basis. Now, Fleet Yards on a regular basis might be once a month. It might be twice a month, but probably no more than that, because we are Star Trek. That's our heart, that's our soul, that's what it's going to be. And when we get to those next milestones, 650, 1,000, 1,500 for Patreon, then we will have even more Trekyards shows as well. So Trekyards will be a primary focus. We'll do a lot more shows, but we will have the Fleet Yards also to supplement that. But it won't be a weekly thing for Fleet Yards, because that would be... It's harder to research ships from other franchises because I don't have the material for it. I have to look at different sources. And I will probably ask you guys for assistance as far as that goes, because you guys are some of the biggest fans out there of sci-fi. So if we're doing a ship that I don't know a lot about, I will definitely ask for your assistance in that regard. So be ready for that. But like I said, we need to hit our milestones for that. So yeah, Fleetyards top 10 I think would be fun. That's definitely a good idea, something I hadn't considered. As for the commander's log, yes, we could call it the commander's log, commander's personal log, ship status report, the commander's corner, something. Samuel and I have talked about this. He's thinking about doing one and kind of showing his end of what he does on the show, which is a lot. He does kind of the lion's share of work as far as the visual aspect that you guys see. But it's very much a two-man operation here. It's the research and writing of scripts is very time-consuming, and I try to make them funny and humorous, and I hope you guys appreciate that. So we each have our place. But yes, Captain Commander's log would be awesome. Michael Gardner says, keep the To the Empire Tumblr and 4chan. Keep the To the Empire Tumblr and 4chan are a shitstorm. If you want a good video editing rig, then go to the Intel Core i7-4770K and go with the NVIDIA graphics card. Hashtag to boldly go where no man wants anything to go. Oi. Brian Grider. I live by the simple rule, treat others as you wish to be treated. In my opinion, and must stress my opinion, anyone who resorts to bad language and name-calling to express their opinion is childish. I agree 100%. The golden rule is the way it should be. Treat others as you would expect and like to be treated. Some people apparently want to be treated like assholes, so I don't know. David Phillips, what you said at 2850, I watch your channel because of the way you and the commander present it. Stay great and don't change a thing. I haven't gone back to watch what I say at 2850, but thank you. Vash STPD, thanks again for letting me join your fleet in Star Trek Online. No problem. The fleet in Star Trek Online is doing fabulous. We got our uniforms, like the history of uniforms on the wall. We got the ship's pictures. We got the aquarium. We got banners now. We got security guards posted at things. I don't know. I haven't been to visit. I've just been seeing the updates on the Trekyards, Team Trekyards Star Trek Online Facebook group, and we're doing fantastic. Thank you guys so much for helping out in that regard. I don't know much about fleets, but I know that we're moving up pretty fast, and we're a very involved fleet, and a lot of people have complimented us on how friendly a fleet we are and how they're enjoying being in the fleet. So that's awesome, and I just want to keep hearing positive things like that. That's what makes me happy. So thank you guys for doing that and for being awesome. Walter Payne, I would love a Trekyards meet and greet, especially during the summer when I come back to Toronto to visit. I think around the time of Fan Expo happens. That'd be awesome. Fan Expo would be actually a good time to do it because a lot of people that don't necessarily live in this area might be coming to Toronto for Fan Expo. So that might be something we could consider. Absolutely. Commander Rotal, getting the feeling I slightly annoyed you with my comments in the last video. Smiley face. Wasn't my intention. I'd have a bit to say on the registry thing, but it doesn't amount to much more than I'd rather have a proper, easily understandable system with a few forgivable errors on the side than variables we don't know. I find it a fairly interesting topic overall. Yes, the registry thing, there's been a few attempts to explain it, and there's always deviations to the rules, so there is no fixed rule as far as registries go, and I have a lot of problems with people's comments and complaints about their registries. Get over it, just enjoy it. Like I said, I've got my own in-head Trek canon for why the registries are the way they are, which I explained. So there you go. Blake W says, you guys underestimate yourselves. There are too many of us that comment because we love the show to pay any attention to mindless trolls. Delete their comments, but remember that we all think you are awesome and are doing a great job. Thank you for making the show. It's true. The 95% of our comments are positive things that make us feel absolutely fantastic. But human nature dictates that it's the one comment the one negative comment that you dwell on, especially with my depression and anxiety. That's what locks into my brain and stays there and gets me down when I've got 50 reassuring comments saying, you guys are awesome, keep up the great work, you guys are totally fantabulous. But that one comment that says, you're an asshole, go kill yourself, that's the one that sticks with you. Human nature and part of my depression. So it does suck, but thank you guys for all your reaffirming comments. It's greatly appreciated. Galvers. Mechanism of Mars approved this transmission. Praise the Omnisha. Captain, you are you. We are fans of Trekyards, not because you are nice and don't have an opinion on anything, but because you are honest and say what you think. You and the commander do an excellent job. Don't stop. And I still wait for carrier options in Star Trek. Carrier operations in Star Trek discussion. For every year without it, we add 100 to your servitude imperious sentence. Imperpetuous sentence. So, better sooner than later. And yes, another and USS Saladin TOS. You know you want to do a vid about it. Don't fight the feeling. Resistance is futile. Yes, the Saladin will be done. The single-engine destroyer from TOS and the movie era. It will be done eventually. It's on the list. The ever-growing list. We've got a huge list of things we need to do. One of the things I really want to do is an episode on Star Trek fighters, which of course will get into carrier operations. And that's going to extend to Starfleet Battles carrier operations, FASA, and all the non-canon stuff, because that's where the good stuff is half the time, especially for things like that. So don't worry, there is an episode on fighters coming up. It's on my to-write list. It's been on there for a while because it's goes back to one of our Indiegogo supporters requested it. So I need to find enough information. I've been doing my Starfleet Battles research on the fighters and things. There's a lot of stuff in there about that. So I just want to make it a good episode. That's why it's taking a while. And we want to make the show visually interesting, so we need to find pictures of Star Trek fighters and things. Speaking of which, that'd be awesome. If you guys could private message me with any Star Trek Online fighters that you have, Star Trek Battles fighter pictures you have. There's the F-14, the F-18, the Warthogs. They are actually Star Trek fighters as well. So if you guys have any pictures of those that would help us in making the episode awesome, that'd be great. I have a few, but not a lot. And Samuel, we usually have videos and things in our Trekyards episodes to make them interesting. So there's nothing really as far as that goes. So we've been kind of hesitant about doing it for that reason. It won't be visually interesting. So if you guys have anything to contribute as far as fighters of Star Trek go, let me know. I've already got a lot of the stuff that's out there, so I don't want to get a lot of repeats. But I mean, I appreciate anything you guys can kind of point me towards. Send me links, or even just send me the pictures would be great. And I will let you know if I have them or don't have them, and you will be contributing towards that episode. So, Dominic Hopkins, Captain, whilst I agree with the whole don't feed the trolls argument, if you need to respond as a way to clear your head and cheer yourself up, then you do you. Being a healthy and happy is more important to us all. In an idea for your top 10s, can you do a top 10 away mission members? You and the commander can think of which 5 you would like to send down to that remote planet to find out who or what is sending that distress signal. Just don't bring back any tribbles. It would be nice to hear more from the commander on his side of things. I look forward to this video. Hint, hint, Samuel, winky face. As always, Lieutenant Commander Hopkins, not everyone needs to be a captain around here. Yeah, so, okay, that's a great top 10 episode. I mean, assuming that the commander or myself are in charge of the away mission, which 5 Star Trek characters would we like to go down with us? I like it. I think we should add that to the list, Samuel. I'm actually going to pause the video right now real quick and write that down because I absolutely love that idea. Thank you. So that has now been added to the to-do list. Thanks for adding something to that list because it's not long enough already. Thomas Clark, hey Captain, loving the show. I agree what you have said, and remember, it's your channel, and you must do what makes you happy, and hope you don't leave, because we can't leave Trekyards. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry, I'm still going to be here every day. Mike Walker. I'm a massive Trek fan, and I recently had the good fortune of finding your channel. And I have to say, the quality of the content is excellent and engaging. Plus, I love the fact that you call a spade and have have a no BS opinion. I look forward to your next video. To your next videos. Thank you, Mike. Oh, I just got to jump in real quick before I'm thinking of it. Captain Logan from Geekvolution contacted me. I contacted him saying, do you want to be on our show? Do you want to collaborate and do something to help each other out as far as viewership goes and things? And he commented back saying, I would love to be on your show. So I said, okay. Have you seen the show? Have you seen our show? And what do you think about, what do you think you could contribute to it? I haven't heard back from him. So if any of you guys know Captain Logan, please message him and tell him to get in touch with me. Tell him to get in touch with Captain Foley, because the Captain Logan, Captain Foley collaboration might be kind of cool. I don't know what we could do exactly, but I think it would be fantastic. So if anybody can help out in that regard, please do so. I'm going to start calling on you guys, my crew, to help Samuel and myself out with a lot of things. Finding pictures, getting schematics, if the need arises. I mean, I've got most of that covered, but there are some topics that I'm not proficient on or don't know a lot about, especially for Fleet Yards episodes. So like I said, I might be calling on you guys to help out, and I want you to stay tuned for that. Speaking of which, I need to make a Fleet Yards Facebook page. When I do, there will be an announcement on the Trekyards page, so keep an eye out for that as well. Daniel Collins comments and says, the current generation of internet communication sees so many keyboard warriors mouthing off when they wouldn't step on an ant in real life. We're also in a world where being offended is more of a norm than hardening up, shutting up, and moving on. I appreciate that you call a spade, and what we see is what we get from our captain. It's the reason I went back and watched all or most of your videos from day one. You're entertaining and interesting to watch. By the way, I saw the ship's counselor about my dreams, and she said to keep watching Trekyards as therapy. Well, that's why we pay her the big money, to tell people to watch Trekyards. Well, thank you for watching most of the videos. Yeah, if you go back and check out some of my other stuff, I've got a lot of interesting videos. Before Trekyards even was a sparkle or a glimmer in anybody's eye. But I appreciate you guys saying that I'm interesting to watch, and you guys love listening to me. Personally, when I watch these back, I'm like, ugh, very cringy sometimes. So I'm glad that you guys at least find me entertaining. I always wondered why my friends want to hang out with me. Like I said, because of my depression and whatever, I don't have a lot of self-worth and very low self-esteem. So to hear those things really makes me feel good, but I don't understand it. But thank you guys for at least wanting to hang out with me. Let's take a poll. I want to know who would want to hang out with me and what you'd want to do. I was going to say with me, but I might not want to know that. Okay. Just what would be a good suggestion for something you'd want to do if we ever met up? I mean, Timothy, Earl, we went out for chicken wings and beer. We're going to be doing that again. We're going to talk about the Star Wars movie and a few other things when we go out next time. I have no problems hanging out with you guys. I think it's fun. I love meeting you guys, and I would just love to hear your suggestions for Captain Foley dates. Just remember, I don't put out. I'm taken. Anyway, Enterprise H. That's okay. Anyways, there is something which improved my opinion of the JJ Prize, and your comments made me at least want to share it with you. Google the following motto: "Till all live long and prosper." It is the first picture on your left. I hope that it may bring you some joy, as it did me. Or look up the Enterprise E version, which you might prefer. I'll have to do that. I'll make a note of that too right now. Or maybe I'll go take a look at it right now. Okay, so the till all live long and prosper is just, I got pictures of Spock and Kirk doing the thing, right? So I don't know what that's referring to. But I did check out the JJ Enterprise E, and yes, I absolutely love that design. Wasn't designed by JJ, it was designed by a fan, or it wasn't designed by Brian Church, I guess. But it's an absolutely awesome design. The proportions are amazing on that. I'd like to see it from the top, though. All I saw was the side view. The side view looks amazing, but then again, the side view of the JJ Prize is my favorite view and looks absolutely amazing from the side. And then you move the camera ever so slightly in any direction, and you just kind of throw up all over yourself because of the proportions. But so yeah, from the side, the JJ Enterprise E version looks very cool, and I could definitely get behind it. But like I said, from the side, the JJ Prize looks very nice and like a hot rod and very cool and a nice retake, like a redo of the original Enterprise. But then, yeah, every other angle is just, what the fuck were you thinking? The proportions are just atrocious. Cuban writer. My Cuban grandmother used to pour cafe con leche into my morning cornflakes instead of milk. Odd? Question mark? Yes. Surprisingly okay, though. Okay, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but thank you for sharing. Brian Kruger, thanks. We love you too, Captain. You guys are the best source of Trek. Thank you very much. Galvers, and Captain, to comment your last words, it's good to be bad, and it's better to be evil. Smiley face. William Clark, hi Trekyards. I just wanted to let you know how much I love the channel and content you guys create. I also wanted to say how much of an inspiration Captain Foley is to me, as I suffer from severe depression, and by watching Trekyards episodes, it helps to relieve the symptoms of my depression. I just want to say thank you very much and live long and prosper. See, stuff like that blows me away, because, like I said, I suffer from depression and anxiety. I've said it a few times, I've said it many times. It's just a fact. You're going to have to live with it. But to hear that I help other people with that really means a lot to me, because there are things that when I'm feeling depressed, I can turn to, and that make me feel a little bit better. And the fact that something that I'm doing with my life is helping other people in that regard is something that makes me feel very good. I mean, I've never really known my purpose in life. Really, I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up. I still haven't nailed that one thing that I really love. Trekyards is the closest I've come to that, and I absolutely love Trekyards. I would love it to be a full-time job. It's kind of becoming a full-time job, but I'm not complaining. I do at times feel like complaining, though. Sometimes it does get a little bit, I don't want to do this script today. I don't want to get this out. I don't want to do that. Sometimes I get a little bogged down in that, and that's part of my depression. And just, I don't know if it's ADD. It's like every job I've ever had, I get into it the first month or two, it's fantastic, I absolutely love it, it's great, sing nothing but praises about it, and then I just get bored, and I just don't want to do it, I don't want to go, and the whole time I'm at work, I want to be at home, and the whole time I'm at home, I'm stressed out and dreading going to work, so I'm never happy, and I hate that so much. And Trekyards sometimes gets like that. I do get the feeling that I don't want to write this script by this date, but the fact that Samuel and I work together to come up with realistic deadlines for things really helps. I don't have 15 things on my plate. I've maybe got 3 or 4, and I know a priority to get them done in, and that gives me a guideline. And so it does help with my depression in a way, because I get my mind off of what's depressing me, and I get to focus on these ships and learn things, which is awesome. So the fact that I'm helping somebody out there, that's basically what I'm getting at. Sorry for rambling about it, but thank you. Mellotron, hello Captain. Is there a user-friendly program I can download to create my own Starship design? I have a ship I would like to build in my mind, but I can't draw to save my life. Michael Wiley commented on that and said, Mellotron, you can use Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, GIMP, free good step up from Microsoft Paint, even Microsoft Paint for designing ships. Look at this link. It's a link to cygnusx1.net/links/lcarsVance.php. If you can scroll to the bottom, you will see the toolkit section and bits of Star Trek pieces you can move around in whichever program you want. There you go. Thank you, Michael Wiley. You answered the question. I am going to put that link in the description below so that you guys can check it out and get your own Starship Toolkit kind of design program. Ash Zero Man, 3 words. Keep it up. No, really. You've brought together so many Star Trek fans doing what you're doing. Don't mind those who want to impose what they want. You should say how you should say how you should say it. You can also replace say with believe. Thank you. And just ending with this question. Why does the USS Confederation in your captain's log opening have a deflector dish on its butt? Perhaps it can warp backwards to dodge Klingon Romulan ambush in a hurry. Laughy face. Okay, this is addressed in our Dreadnought episode. If you haven't watched it, shame on you. It's a 2-parter. Go check it out. That being said, the Dreadnought episode needs some revisiting. We've missed a lot of information in that episode because it was one of our earlier ones. We have a much better formula for finding information and writing scripts now. And to be honest, I've learned so much from you guys over the whole Trekyards run about Dreadnoughts. But we addressed the rear deflector thing in that episode. Those dishes are not always deflectors. They are also sensor palettes and sensor suites. The Dreadnought is designed to coordinate with other ships in a battle group and actually be in charge. The rear deflector, as we speculate in the episode, can be used to direct traffic, as it were. The Dreadnought kind of sits in the middle. It's got ships all around it, a battle group doing their thing. It use those sensors to get a better feel and tactical advantage of the battlefield and dish out orders to the appropriate ships using that kind of sensor suite. So just because you see a dish doesn't mean it's a deflector. And just because you don't see a deflector doesn't mean the ship doesn't have one. I get so sick of that argument too. There's no deflector on this ship. How can it go to warp? Just accept that it can. There's a deflector somewhere. Just relax. But that's what those are. There's also the 2 small ones in the front of the ship, just up and on each side of the main deflector. Those are also not deflectors. Those are also sensor equipment. So those dishes are not strictly deflectors. That's one of those arguments that really gets old for me very fast. And so I just thought I should address that. Whew. Kira Stevens, where do you get all your models? Well, I like to get them from Playboy generally. Sometimes Penthouse, but, they're a little raunchier. Oh, you don't mean those models. The models that I build. Like, which ones do you mean exactly? Or these ones? I mean, these little Dreadnoughts, the Starfleet Battles ones, miniatures I got from a friend for Christmas last year. William Gulliver, thank you very much. These ones, the pewter ones, the D7 here, the Enterprise, the Romulan, I actually moved over there. They are from the Franklin Mint. These other ones, they were bought, I think, at Walmart. They had them for a while. There's the Enterprise C back there. That's a Hallmark ornament. This model here is a Polar Lights kit that I bought from a local hobby store. This one here, the Defiant, it's the ISS Defiant from In a Mirror Darkly. It's just a regular Polar Lights 1/1000 scale Enterprise kit that I just did up to be the Defiant. So I get my models from everywhere and all around. This one is a Corgi Metal Enterprise, and it is from my good friend Noel, who gives me a lot of Star Trek stuff, and I really appreciate it. If you go back and check Christmas in July, look that up on my site, or yeah, there's a few unboxings I do from Noel. He gives me lots of cool stuff. This one was one I've been looking for a long time, and sure enough, he showed up one day with it, and I'm so happy. It's one of my favorite kits, and I do kind of move things around from episode to episode so you guys can see more of them. I might even do some Captain's Logs in the other room. I was considering doing that for this one, but I completely forgot about it when I sat down today, so I apologize. Hope that answers your questions. If you're asking about anything specific, let me know. I'll just ask again and for the next one. Hugh 1971, I could not agree more with you about the rude people. Great videos. Please keep going. Will do. Alan Greenman, I agree with everything you say. Really? The sky is green. The only I have only recently found Trekyards, and I find the show interesting and informative. I don't know why people have to leave messages insulting or degrading. If you are going to leave any comment on any website, try to do it with a modicum of self-control, and if you do not like what you are watching, you can always turn it off. That's my thought exactly. If you don't like it, just click next and move on. So just be grateful that there are people out there putting time and effort into shows that are entertaining and informative and free to watch on YouTube. So keep up the great work, Captain Foley and Commander Calkins. Thank you. We will indeed do that. Aoshima Digital. This channel is awesome. I enjoy the wide spectrum of opinions and have always been deeply into Star Trek, tech, and lore, and Captain Foley is endlessly informative. I am? I just thought I rambled a lot. I do have a lot of facts swirling around in here, and yeah, every now and then some of them get vomited out, so hopefully it's entertaining for you guys. P. Giovanni Jr., be awesome, LOL. I'm not sure if you mean to be funny, but your captain's logs make me laugh. Definitely don't change, Captain. As the meme says, always be yourself. Unless you can be Captain Kirk, then be Captain Kirk. I would be totally down for a meet and greet, but unfortunately London is about 18-hour drive, kind of pushing it. If there were any other fans in the New England area, though, maybe we can do our own thing here. Let's have Trekyards meet and greets all over the country, all over the continent, all over the planet. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make it a thing, a global thing. The global Trekyards family is having a meet and greet. Go to your nearest, closest Trekyards meet and greet and trek on, motherfuckers. So yeah, the first part about that, about being funny in the captain's logs and laughing at them, I hope you do. I watch them back, obviously, after I film them. And there are times that I even make myself chuckle. Like, wow, I don't remember saying that, but that's funny. That's funny. So, yes, I want you guys to be entertained. I want you... Are you not entertained? You see what I mean? Like Gladiator. Come on, let's go. So, yes, I enjoy the fact that you think that I'm funny. Sometimes I don't try to be. Sometimes I just come off as a sarcastic asshole, but that's just me, and sometimes that's funny. Phase Fitness. Oh, we're almost at the end. We got like 5 more comments. So sorry this is running long, guys. He's always due. I'm so sorry. Anyway, Phase Fitness. 6,000 subscribers. Here to another 6,000 more. Yes, this was 6 days ago. We're now up at 6,312 viewers or subscribers now. So 312 subscribers in 6 days. We can do better, guys. I want to hit 100,000. I want to get the silver YouTube play button. I'm not even going to ask for the gold million viewer or million subscriber play button because that just seems like it will never happen. So, Charles Hansen, always give your honest opinion. I'm not here to judge, but for my own entertainment. Sounds like you're laughing at me. Not with me. Mustafa Mohammed, I totally agree with you. Don't need to put up with anybody's crap. This is one of the only shows I look forward to every week. Please keep up the good work. See, that makes me happy. Somebody looks forward to a captain's log? No, I think he's talking about Trekyards. No one looks forward to captain's logs. But no, Trekyards, a lot of people love the weekly Trekyards content. It's Star Trek on a weekly basis, twice a week actually, 3 times a week most of the time. I mean, you guys are spoiled. Plus, if we hit our Patreon goals, you're going to be even more spoiled. You think you get behind now in viewing things? Wait till you see what we can do when we actually have more time and to put into this project. Evil laugh. Insert evil laugh here because we have some great stuff planned for you guys. The next one is from a person whose name is Don't Ask. What's your name? Oh, not supposed to ask. I know what background he monitor it when a ship is falling. The NX Enterprise is causing malfunctions in their systems. I know what background he monitor it when a ship is falling the NX Enterprise and causing malfunctions in their systems. I'm sure you're referring to one of these Alcars. Sorry, I don't know what you're saying. If you could rephrase it, because he's got a smiley face there, so he's just like commenting on one of the Alcars. So, by all means, enjoy. Mustafa Muhammad jumps in again and says, "Are there plans for more fleet yards, and do you plan on having Ben Robinson from Eagle Moss as a guest?" To which Commander Cockings, Power 543, commented, "Yes, one more fleet yards is planned with the hope more people will support our Patreon. And yes, we want Ben from Eagle Moss on the show, but he is a really busy man." Yes, we have spoken with Ben Moss. Ben Robinson from Eagle Moss. We have spoken with him. He is aware of the show. We are in contact with him. So eventually, we would love to get him on the show to talk about the ships. But like Samuel said, he's a very busy man. So, and yes, fleet yards will be a thing if we had our Patreon goals, and we do have another one planned to show you what we can do. We actually have two more planned, but one more we're going to actually release as a second pilot, so you guys can get another taste for what we can do that way. And if we had our Patreon goals, we can make that a regular thing. So, also the Eagle Moss ship reviews. I would love to do more of those. The first one was awesome. We've kind of gone over a few other ones, Samuel and myself. If you guys would like to see Eagle Moss ship reviews from Trekyards, Team Trekyards, help us out on Patreon, because that's one of our goals too. When we hit 65 or 650 or 1,000, we would have the Eagle Moss collection, each one ship by ship, reviewed by both Samuel and myself. So if that's something you guys are interested in, it's worth thinking about anyway. That's it, guys. I've come to the end. Nothing more to talk about. Well, I'm sure there's lots to talk about, but so anyway, just to recap, go help out Adam Mojo Lebowitz. Great guy, very talented guy, and he's in a real bind right now. He's having a lot of issues, so please check out his GoFundMe. Just even read his story and share it with whoever you can. Let's get that word out there. Let's help him out. If you can donate, please help him out. That would be amazing. We at Trekyards and he would very much appreciate it, as would his good friend Rob Bonchoon, who's also one of our guest stars. And they're both really great guys. So if you could help them out or help him out, that'd be awesome. The link to that will be down below, as will the link be for that Star Trek Starship toolkit creator, so that you can cut out and paste Starship parts and make your own starships. All that'll be in the description below, as will our link for Patreon. Don't forget about us. If you can help us to hit those goals. See, I talk too long during these captain's logs and my throat starts to bother me. Plus, I've been feeling sick and had a raspy throat for like a good 2 weeks or so. But anyway. But yes, if you can help us out on Patreon. But I see I get sidetracked sometimes. I get these little side rants. Patreon. If you can help us out on Patreon and help us meet our goals, like I said, the next goal is $650. We're currently at $500. Please go and do that. Also, that's another one. If you can't help us by donating yourself, please share it to people that you think will be able to help or would love to help. And definitely spread the Trekyards word. We're always getting new members saying, "I just found this channel. It's amazing. Why did I not find this sooner?" So we know there are people out there that don't know about Star Trek. There are people out there that don't know about Trekyards. Sorry, a lot of people know about Star Trek. But a lot of Star Trek fans that don't know about Trekyards. There are even Star Trek fans out there that don't know about Axanar. I know, right? That just blows my mind. I've told so many people about Axanar, and they're like, "Oh, maybe I'll check it out." I'm like, "No, you need to check it out." Still no word on the Axanar front from Alec Peters. I mean, I've been in contact with him. I've talked to him a few times over the last 2 weeks. Just, hey, how you doing kind of things. And he's very busy. He is on top of things, though, I think. And we're hoping nothing but the best. But, yeah, just stay tuned for that kind of information as well. So, and offer them all the help you can, but don't be Don't be negative. Don't be an asshole. Just be nice and supportive. And we'll get things done. As a community, we can definitely do some awesome things. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for now. I am going to be going, and I will talk to you very soon. I need to do these Captain's Logs more often because the comments really pile up, and I'd like to spread them out more and make them a little bit shorter. So, that being said, why am I rambling on at the end of this video and making it even longer? Because people that stay to the end usually get a nice little treat, nice little something that, yeah, you know. I don't know, I try to make it entertaining and funny at the end, but I can't think of anything right now. The Rocketeer! Dun dun! Think Geek, Legacy Collection, Rocketeer. We're going to be doing a review on him too. More Captain Foley reviews are coming soon, so check it out. Oh, my eye! He's poked me with his gun in the eye. Alright, now I'm just getting silly, and I need to go. Is this thing on? Oh, damn, it is. Bye, everybody.